Hello and welcome to the door's office. You have been diagnosed with a skill issue. This may be sad to hear, but I'm here to help because I am Dr. All's Games. How do you get rid of this skill issue? I will tell you how. First thing that you might be having a skill issue with is hide. How do you deal with hide, you may ask? You have to time hiding from rush or ambush or anything that you need to hide from. So wait until it's near, then hide, then get out, and repeat if it's ambush or don't repeat if it's rush. Next thing you could be having an issue with is Timothy. I don't know how you're having an issue with him. You have insane luck. I don't know, maybe play Pet Simulator X, that might help. If not, just don't loot as much. That will help. Another thing you could be having an issue with is Rush. He's the most common entity. How do you deal with him? Do the same thing for hide. You have to time it correctly, wait until he's near, keep your audio up, and it'll change from like an audio 1 to an audio 2 when he's near, because he'll go from just like this kind of distorted noise away to this more loud noise closer to you. Wait until it gets to around the start of that audio, then hide. What if you're having a diagnosed issue with Screech? Then you have to look up, look down, look straight, and then do a 360. That ensures that you look at all your screen. Do it once every 5 seconds when you're in a dark room, and do it once more when you exit the dark room. That ensures that Screech will not be an issue. If you forget to do it, he will remind you that he is there with a psst sound. If you're playing Doors, that probably scared you. Psst. But that is how you counter Screech. What about eyes? Just look down, quickly memorize the layout of the room every time you walk into one. Look down. You can walk through eyes if you're looking down, because it's like a 2D image, so it'll be above you if you look down. What if you're having an issue with Seek? Now, in that case, you have to... depends what issue you're having. If it's something to do with the crouching on the bookshelves, which I know a lot of my friends have an issue with somehow, you have to, look at where guiding light is, turn your graphics up, unless you have a potato PC or just like a mobile. Look at where guiding light is, crouch, and go through the bookshelf. Apparently, you're the same speed crouching in the Seek chase, so you might want to try that, if that helps. But if not, just look where that is. If you're having an issue with going left, right, or middle, once you're in, look left. If it's not lighted up, go right. If you don't see it right, it's in the middle, but always check left. I don't know why. You can check right if you want, I prefer left though. With ambush, this is a strange one, because it comes from the door in front of you. So you have to wait for like its noise of a vacuum cleaner to just go like, and then you start hiding. Just know that it takes really long for it to do anything. So just like hide for a little bit, and then when it sounds kind of far away, get out the closet because it's probably, or bed. Get out of it because it's probably after door 50 and hide will quickly push you out. And then wait for it to sound near again, and then go back in. Repeat until it's gone. If you're having an issue with halt, here's what you need to do. Just once you enter the hallway, keep walking forward. When you hear something, keep walking forward. That doesn't mean it's in front, because that's when it spawns in. When something appears on your screen and it makes a second noise, that's when you have to start going away from it. But here's what you do. You don't turn and walk away, you just go backwards. And don't even immediately go backwards. You can wait a little bit and then go backwards. Don't wait too long, maybe only 1 or 2 seconds. Because he'll do a thing where he teleports behind you once he's at you. So just don't be a little goofy goofster and walk into him, and you will be fine. If you're having issues with figure, there's 2 things that it could be. It's either door 50 or door 100. I'll go over how to beat them. On door 50, you can walk around until you have like 3 books, because that's when he starts being faster than you. So you have to get the paper on like this little desk area, find 8 of the books in the library, if this is door 50. And then decode it, you'll find out how eventually. And input the code into the big door on the upstairs area, and good job. If you're on door 100, here's how you do. So you'll be in the little hallway area. You can actually collect the fuse boxes before you press the lever. So I would recommend doing that, get as many as you can find before opening it. Because once you figure out, it's probably not good. Because you have a skill issue, and that is not something you want when you're doing that. Because I don't have a skill issue, and it was still difficult. So get all the fuse boxes you can find, flick the lever, walk away from Figure, because he's aware of your presence once you flick it, because it made a sound when you flicked it. And, once the stress music goes away, it's called stress, just crouch and go up the stairs that he walked down, hey, and then he just a weird head thing. So go up, grab the keys, they're on a little shelf area. Collect any fuse boxes that you find in that area, and then unlock the door. Put all 10 of the fuse boxes you found in, and then do the little breaker puzzle thing. Something I recommend doing is on the 3rd one, flick them all on, and then flick the ones that appear off. The reason you only do it on the 3rd one is because there's a question one, and it's better to have it on because it usually says on, and if they're all off, then that's an issue. So, that being said, you know how to conquer Figure. Basically, if you want to know the actual entity, he has insane hearing, no cap. Try not to walk on any plants in the library, because those will end your run. It's ended mine. Now, for Void, you have to stay with your team. That is it. For Dupe, keep track of the door number. Every single door number. Try live streaming it if you have, enough people who would be with you, because you can look hey chat, what's 1 + 1? And yeah, they'll probably say door 57 or door 58 if it's whichever one's correct. So, you might not need it if you're good with memory, but if you're not good with memory, consider live streaming and get some followers or something. That about summarizes your diagnosis. Thank you for visiting the Doors office. If it helped, you're welcome. And I will see you in your next session. I don't know when your next session is because you've never booked another one. But, it'll work eventually.